The latest Pompey news, updates every day from the Pompey Sound news desk.
Here's the Pompey news for the 24 hours from 5 p.m. on Wednesday afternoon to 5 p.m. No, I'm lying, Thursday, 5 p.m. until Friday, 5 p.m.
Pompey's recruitment staff are hard at work looking at options for the summer window. They're almost certain to be tracking a Sheffield Wednesday midfielder.
Svante Ingelsson has featured 35 times in the Championship for the Owls, contributing 1 goal, with the team already officially relegated to League One for the next term. The Yorkshire outfit have been docked a total of 18 points by the EFL this year as part of their financial issues, which include being in administration since October. A new preferred bidder has been named, with David Storch set to take over the club, providing some light at the end of the tunnel for supporters. However, a change in ownership won't completely erase the transfer restrictions currently placed on the club. The summer transfer window could still prove quite tricky under the Storch ownership, and Ingelsson's future at Hillsborough has been a point of contention in recent months. Henrik Pedersen has confirmed that Sheffield Wednesday hold an option to extend Ingelsson contract by a further year. The Dane has praised the impact the 27-year-olds had on the squad this season, even with the team struggling for any kind of results, winning just one of their 37 games in the Championship. Yes, it's still possible to extend his contract, said Pedersen, via the Star. Svante, for me, he's a culture player. He is the guy the others can look at, and wow, he's not always speaking, but he's always showing what he's doing, and he's working amazing for our team. He's a strong human, and he's a very strong player for us. He's a strong leader for us. While Sheffield Wednesday have not officially extended Ingelsson's contract by another year, it is a move that the club will surely look to make given his importance to the team. The midfielder has proven himself as an important part of the Owls squad, and this has led to transfer interest from a number of second division rivals. It was reported during the January transfer window that Millwall, Portsmouth and Stoke City were all interested in Ingelsson, but a deal failed to materialise before the market shut. West Brom were also credited with an interest in the 27-year-old during the winter window, with the player ultimately remaining at Hillsborough. Ingelsson featured for all 90 minutes as Sheffield Wednesday ended their long losing run on Tuesday night. The Owls had lost 13 in a row in the league prior to drawing 1-1 with Watford, where a 90th minute equaliser from Vivaldo Semedo gave Ed Still's side a point.
So by all accounts, this gentleman midfielder is solid Championship level. Sheffield Wednesday naturally are talking him up because if they're going to sell him, they want to get the best possible price. Whether or not there are 2 or more or less other clubs besides Pompey who've expressed an interest in him could all be part of the business of talking a player's value up. But if we haven't got the Hungarian Koznevski in our ranks playing for us until Christmas, that means that we'll face the first more than a third of the season a little bit understrengthed in the midfield department. So he could be somebody that we might be opening out, well, I say we might be, Michael Eisner might be opening his checkbook for in the summer.
Mick Robertson dialed into us late Wednesday night, aglow with Pompey women's latest surge in performance.
Hello Sounders, it's Mick here. I just wanted to come on Pompey Sound just to say a massive congratulations to Pompey women's team, because tonight, which is Wednesday night, I think, Wednesday night, yeah, they beat the top of the table side in the WSL League 2, Charlton, at the Valley, by 2-0. Now the point is, this is a massive win against a side that had only lost once all season, Charlton, and they're winning that league by 9 points. They've only conceded 12 goals all season. Pompey got 2 against them Wednesday night, and that took them off the bottom of the table. It was an extraordinarily gutsy and deserved win, bottom against top. But I saw Eric Colburn on Tuesday night at the Swansea game, and you remember that he was the chairman of the Portsmouth women's side until very recently. And he absolutely lives and dies by his following of the women's team, and of course the men's team as well. That's why he was at the Swansea game. But he told me he was coming up to the Valley for this game, and that he was confident that, in spite of the fact that they were top and we were bottom, that we were in with a good shout, and that we were playing some decent football these days, and that they've had a little break, and the manager's really got them together. That's Sadler, isn't it? I can't remember his Christian name. Very rude of me. But he's obviously doing a great job there, really, because they're spending peanuts on that side, or very small amounts of money anyway, although it's now fully professional side. But it's not got the funding that Birmingham have, for example, in that league. Anyway, they've beaten Charlton. They're off the bottom. They've beaten the team at the top, and beaten them for only, in Charlton's case, the second time they've had defeat this season. Well done to Pompey women, and well done to Eric Colburn, my old friend of, I'm afraid to say, 50 years.
Mick Robertson.
Bye-bye, Sounders.
Bye-bye, Mick. Thank you for that. He dialed in late with that piece, and it's lovely in its youthful enthusiasm. Mick is somebody who keeps up with every single aspect of Portsmouth Football Club, and does it in his usual inquisitive and gentle way, and passes on his thoughts eloquently, but modestly. And he's absolutely right about Pompey women. That was probably the best result they've ever recorded. To beat the runaway league leaders in the second tier, of course, we must stress, 2-0 at their gaff, means well for next season. It means that possibly we're on to something, and that we might find ourselves chasing a promotion place next season. So well done, Pompey women, and thanks to Mick for that excellent piece.
Sky Sports have been previewing Pompey's clash with Derby. Graham Weaver and Simeon Golem are in discussion.
Portsmouth just a point in their last 4 games, and with some of the results we saw in midweek, they've been dragged right back into it as well, into the relegation scrap. Derby beaten at Millwall in midweek to miss the chance to close the gap on the playoffs. Must win for both, really, for very different reasons at Fratton Park, is it not, Gaz?
Yeah, I think, John Mousinho was desperately disappointed, wasn't he, with particularly the first half display against Swansea at the weekend, because obviously Fratton Park, the tight pitch, the closeness to the stands, everything we say about Fratton Park and the fact that Portsmouth can use that to their advantage. He was really upset with that first half display. Portsmouth, you probably say Portsmouth are the last, if you like, of that team going up the table in this position now, in the trouble. It's 2 from Portsmouth downwards. Obviously Wednesday were already gone. As for Derby, I never rule anything out with John Eustace. He just knows how to come up with game plans to disarm the opposition, and they are in an amazing position to try and knock out those above in the playoff positions. As you say, the gap could be bigger by the time the weekend comes, and they've got to respond to losing at Millwall. There's no shame in losing at Millwall. The form Millwall are in right now. But yeah, that's a huge game, and Portsmouth will be desperate to get that win just to give them a bit more breathing space between themselves and the bottom 3.
It's a bit counterintuitive with Derby, isn't it? Because you say they've got the manager who knows how to disarm opponents, but they've got a squad with a heck of a lot of firepower in it. Maybe not quite living up to maybe what we'd expect. If you look at the attacking options they have, maybe it's not quite the perfect match, the manager with the striking options, however much we do rate and love and think John Eustace is brilliant at what he does.
Yeah, I think, look, for me, wherever I've been, wherever John Eustace has been, I've been commentating on the games and talking to him quite a bit. For me, he does tend to come up with the perfect game plans to win games, to use their strengths. Yeah, he maybe wants more out of the forward-thinking players at times that he's got there, but you can't argue with the job he's done.
No, you can't. And we'll see if
even though I know you like an argument.
I do. I mean, it's just making conversation, really. Portsmouth are winless in 11 league games against Derby. However, Gary, they haven't beaten the Rams since 2008 in the Premier League.
Well, what do you think the score's going to be, Simeon? What's going on in our head of yours?
I'm going to go for a Derby win here. I'm going to say Derby to win 2-1 at Fratton Park.
Well-informed opinion there. Two professional journalists talking about Pompey versus Derby. The prediction, of course, was biased, but we expect that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm looking forward to, and I think a lot of people are as well, seeing how Ibu Adams, I think that's how you pronounce it, we finally discovered Ibu Adams, responds to the Derby fans, who will, I think, give him their hearts. I really do, if I'm reading the runes right. The issue for him is whether he returns that love, because if he gets it wrong and does it at the wrong point in the match, or before the match, or after the match, if he gets it wrong, then he could just tilt the tide of opinion, which at the moment is 10 foot high, a big tide of opinion in his favour. So he's got himself, he may even have a chat with a few people about it. What do I do? What would you do? I love my time at Derby. He'll betray to the players. They'll understand that, he said, and the fans have been great. And most of them have wished me well. All of them have wished him well. Many of them have said that it was a mistake getting rid of him, losing him. Mutual termination of the contract or something like that, was it not? Or did we actually pay for him? I should know. But it's been a busy day. So, plenty to look forward to with the Derby game. Just have to keep our fingers crossed that we get as many fit players available as possible, because we haven't made a big issue out of it, but we do know that Derby are running an injured list that at the moment has just been added to and now stands at 8.